In George Orwell's novel 1984, he described a dystopian authoritarian society governed by an oppressive central government. In my 1984, I was riding high, having just graduated from high school, and of course, listening to Van Halen. I had no idea that my goals of obtaining a college degree after high school would be so quickly derailed by marriage, work, and children. This educational detour eventually snuffed out my optimism and made me feel like the oppressed populace in Orwell's famous novel. Instead of having a focused career path, I bounced from job to job with my limited skill set and was passed over for well-deserved promotions. Now, many of these jobs reminded me of Big Brother in that they taught war is peace and other confusing philosophies. I thought to myself, who needs a job anyway? Well, those words I would learn to regret. Years went by and the .com corporations exploded. Big companies like Virgin, Microsoft, and Facebook all became household names. Now, sure, Richard Branson, Bill Gates, and Mark Zuckerberg all became extremely successful without a traditional university degree. But it is unreasonable to believe that everyone could do that, and it's much more probable that a person can achieve more in 2019 with the experience, growth, knowledge, and confidence secured by obtaining a college degree. So, is there a need for a college degree in 2019? Yes. And by college degree, I mean associates, bachelor's, master's, or higher. More and more jobs require a college degree in the United States. Georgetown University recently released a report showing that there will be 55 million job openings in the economy through 2020, 24 million openings from newly created jobs, and 31 million openings due to the baby boom retirements. Now, 65% of the job openings will require some kind of a college degree. So, if that hasn't convinced you, do you know that college graduates are more productive members of society in the United States? The Association of Public Land and Grant Universities report that college graduates are considerably less reliant on government programs and services than those with a high school degree. For instance, those who graduated college are 3.5 times less likely to be impoverished and nearly 5 times less likely to be imprisoned. The truth is, a college education has a high return on investment. A new study released this year states that the return to college in the U.S. now stands at around 14%, easily surpassing the threshold for a good investment. While the rising cost of college may be troubling, it has not yet changed the basic calculus as to whether earning a college degree is worth it. The benefits still outweigh the costs, at least for most people. So, probably the most important reason to graduate from college is college graduates make more money. And who doesn't want to make more money? Forbes reported recently that a college grad is 177 times more likely than a high school grad to earn $4 million or more throughout their lifetime. Now, you might not realize this, but college graduates are also healthier and live longer. Federal statistics show that on average, 25-year-olds with a bachelor's degree live about 9 years longer than those who didn't graduate from high school. College graduates are also healthier with lower rates of obesity and smoking compared to high school dropouts. That's all according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Now, some of you might argue that going on after high school to a trade school or military is just as smart. I would like to agree to disagree on this. While you can earn a high dollar at a trade, having a trade or a skill, I would like to submit that going to a college or university gives you a more well-rounded education, which leads me to my next point, that learning is always worthwhile. In the Doctrine and Covenants, 130, verse 19, we learn, and if a person gains more knowledge and intelligence in this life through his diligence and obedience than another, he will have so much the advantage in the world to come. Successful mentors and coaches have always used visualization to help people reach their goals. The same techniques can be used by students seeking to obtain a college degree. Now, some of you might not have heard of them, but there's something called trigger cards that can help you visualize your degree. My son-in-law spent many years in quest for his bachelor's degree. Long before he reached the goal, he purchased a University of Utah alumni license plate as a trigger card to remind him to stick to the degree he was pursuing. And guess what? It worked. And he finally graduated this past April. Another way to visualize obtaining a degree is to create a vision board. My husband has a salesman where he works who places pictures of the South Pacific, like the island like Bora Bora, on his whiteboard as a motivation to sell more and boost his commission. In 1984, I stood at the crossroads. Now, not the crossroads between disco and new wave music, but between pursuing a college degree or not. Now, having once again arrived at that crossroads later on in my life, I can testify of this adopted 4-step plan that has helped me be successful as I pursue my degree, and I think it can help you too. Number 1, you need to qualify for college by doing all the necessary pre-tests and paperwork to get the ball rolling. And don't forget to seek advice from the college counselor or family and friends who have gone through this before and who can help you. Number 2, you have to register for the classes. Choose online classes, which is the way I'm going, or find a college that is the right fit for you. 3, one of the hardest things is passing those classes. This takes hard work and dedication, especially for someone like me who's working full-time and doing this on the side. And number 4, guess what? If you pass enough of the right classes, you will graduate. Now, in conclusion, we may not all have the genius mind to become millionaires without obtaining a traditional college degree like Mark Zuckerberg. But if we recognize the benefits that follow a plan as I have outlined, our chances for success will be enhanced greatly. Thank you.